hold it.
Hello, why are we stopping?
Just a couple of things. When you sing, use your diaphragm.
I didn't bring it.
All right, so this is going to be a long video. New attitude about mixing, had serious come to Jesus moment, as they say. New template. The main thing we've done, and we're also going to be importing this into a song that I've already mixed, or we're going to be re-importing it into the basic tracks. Actually, Jace is going to do it, and we're going to time him. What do you think?
I think it'll be all right.
You get better at it. It's not the easiest thing, but this actually is cool. And basically, the big difference is I'm using the Burl B32 as a summing mixer. I had drums out. I'm only using 4 stereos out. The first stereo was drums. Second stereo was like all music, like bass, guitars, keyboards, synths, strings. The next stereo was all vocals and BGVs, and the last one was effects. Make sure we're recording. And I've been mixing a lot the last couple of days, last week or so, and all of a sudden I had this moment of clarity. Unlike parts of my mix that had not moments of clarity, but I could hear better. And what was weird was I went into, I belong to Produce Like a Pro, the Warren Hewert's like online thingy. It's very cool. And I went in like 2 days ago to the like full classes. Clicked on it, scrolled all the way to the bottom, found the second one up, which is, I guess, from a couple of years ago. It was a guy mixing pop and rock, a pop and rock song. It was actually a song that Warren Hewert had produced. This guy was mixing it, and he talked about a few things, and it got me thinking. And then when I was working on my mix, and something about my mix was bugging me, I thought back on what he had said. So I'm going to go over this really quick. This is like the 3-minute quickety quick, because we're going to dig right into this, importing this thing. What he said was, well, so I had drums, then all music, and then all vocals and effects. And I experimented with, instead of doing drums and then all music, I did drums and bass, and then all like the melodic rhythmical instruments like guitars, pianos, keys, synths, strings. And when I listened to it, it was better that way. It was something about like maybe the kick and the bass going through the same stereo thing out. It was better. I liked it. So we switched it. I switched it in the I/O. So you come here and you'll see now, instead of it saying drums here, I don't know if you could see it. Instead of it saying drums here, where am I at? It now says DR bass, drums and bass. Yeah, drums and bass. Right there. And now bass is now not going through the guitars. Thing I was finding, like the bass through the guitars was getting a little, and I only have 8 because I'm only using the Avid. So the first 8, the HDIO, the first 8 are for my normal function, and then the second 8 are hardwired right into the B32. And, you know, if we wanted to expand, I mean, we've got 32, but honestly, I think it sounds fine just the way it is. So, oh yeah, look at that. We can even name this in the template. Drum. So anyway, this dude had all these ideas, and I really thought it was some cool stuff. And then Tom Verb. And I went and I tried it. And it worked. And the way I had it set up was, we'll just name these, is all the vocal, everything was going through these effects. And we switched it. He had it differently. He had a separate thing for drum effects, a separate thing for like music effects, guitar effects. he had a separate thing for vocal effects and then a separate thing for background vocal effects. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do that. And I did it. So I got my drums here, like a plate, an RMX, which is like kind of like a non-lin, which is really nice on snare. And if you don't turn it up, it doesn't sound like, it got to multiply. It doesn't sound super 80s. And I just kind of I went through what he said, wrote it down, and just laid it out a little bit like same thing. And again, I'm just putting in like drum room. I just did this. I did this like till 3:30 this morning, and then a bigger one called drum big. But there you go. And then you come over here to guitar, and you got guitar plate, guitar space, guitar plate. We're gonna get rolling here in a second. I just want to finish this before he imports it. Space. Short, it would be whatever short delay it is. It could be, it could be slap. It could be an eighth. Long delay could be, a quarter, half note. And then modulation is the, because I'm out of DSP really on my, on the UA. So I fired up this little air chorus. This thing sounds great, man. It's really nice. And then you come down here. So now guitars are separate, which is guitar plate, guitar space. This is actually just music. Like if we've got acoustic guitars, electric guitars, whatever can go through it or not go through it. Keyboards. And then if on the fly you want to add another one, you can just add it. Then you come down here and now BGVs are here. BGV room. BGV hall, just like a bigger reverb. BGV echo, just a basic echo. And again, you can set up another one if you want. And BGV mod. Well, I'll tell you, I fired up this mix that I felt was kind of murky. And what I was hearing was like just everything on the same effects. And so here's kind of like a thought on this. So stay with me on this. And I could be right, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I feel like I'm on the right path. So the old thinking was like, oh, you want kind of like these single, like the one reverb to put everything into because you're going to create like a space. Like, oh, so this is the plate, and we're going to put the drums on it, the vocals on it, the guitars on it, the strings, the cello, all the BGVs. And that's how I had it set up. So all I had before were these effects: a room, plate, hall, concert, yada, yada, yada. Well, from what I've learned over the years, I'm not totally sold that that's the best thing now because, well, for me anyway, I think obviously mixes are very dense and they're either in the box or hybrid for most people. And you're just trying to get a lot of energy into one little space. And I think that this is very cool, especially for like radio oriented music. I mean, obviously putting the BGVs on separate effects is standard, and that's kind of always been standard if you can do it. So anyway, here it is. Here's the yeah. Look at that, 2930. They have all the old numbers from when I used to have the big used to come out. I haven't even messed with this. Can you believe it? That's just crazy that. Anyway, I haven't been sleeping. But, it's like I feel so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to go through this. Yeah, see, this is all dead. This is when I had my Apogee. These were the different channels. Yeah, I don't need any of this. So this is basically the new template with Yeah, this doesn't matter either. With the new template with all these new setups. Some of it's real similar, but it's definitely different in its architecture. Yeah, and let me get rid of these, and then we're ready to go. How you feeling, Jace?
Feeling pretty good.
Okay. Bear with me. This is going to be probably an hour-long video, but this is going to be cool. And if, you know, I'm telling you, there's a difference here. And all right, so, and I got permission from Scooter Page to use his songs, and we're picking the one that we started as our primary mix. And there it is. And I also put back Heat. So we're going to go with Heat. All right, now, there it is. And now I've got separate VCAs for drums, bass, music, vocal, background vocal, parallel. That's all the parallels. Drum effects, guitar effects, background effects, vocal effects, and then a master. So if I go like that, it turns it all down. Everything is separate. So you'll see here, all the drums have the drum plate, drum RMX, drum 224, you know, that's all the drums and percussion. Even the bass, I threw the bass on the drums, and but everything's off. It's all zero. And then you come here to all the guitars, and now it's all guitar plate, you know, guitar, space, short, whatever. And again, it's all the music. I've got a solo track, I've got acoustic guitar, all my keyboards here. And again, we can split this out if we need to. And then you come here to the lead vocals, and that's all going to just room, plate, hall. That's just these 8 at the end, the ones that we've had. And then the other difference is the BGVs are now going to BGV room, hall, echo, and mod. And I'm kind of explaining this to you. I'm kind of explaining it to him. I'm kind of explaining it to me. I'm getting this in my mind. And I'm not going through anything detailed on this thing. All right, so now we're just going to double check our I/O because we're switching around things here. We're just going to open that up, and we're going to import the new I/O that has all of these things are built right into the I/O. There's all my guitar plates. There's all my, you know, my BGV effects. There's my drum plate, my drum RMX. It's all in there, and it is. Yeah, see, I've changed it to DR and bass. Where on the output it used to say just drums. This is pretty much perfect. So if we do run into any snags, we'll go back, fix it on the template. And again, the effects are just popped in there. All the new effects are just popped in there with whatever little preset. I did this at 3:30 this morning. So as we get our sound and we realize, okay, this is going to be our basic thing that I like for the most part, I can then do a save as, and then I can go over and you know, put those presets onto the template so that everything just flies in. Okay. All right. So I'm going to play you something really quick. So this is, when I'm out of I mode, you're going to hear the mix with the old setup. And then when I go in I mode, you'll hear what's current, which is not actually the template. It's kind of a half template because I pulled this out last night and built the template. So, and obviously when I go into I mode, this hasn't been mixed. This is just elements, but I think you'll be able to hear this. I hope you do. So if I come here, oh, where am I? Right. So this is the original mix.
Why
watched it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stayed to leave. I shattered. Come and watched it go. I lived the high, felt the low.
Cool. And keep in mind, again, this is not mixed. This is just, but I can already hear it. And you can listen to the background vocals coming into the on the chorus. Here's the background vocals. Here's the mix, the old mix, with the background vocals and everything converging on the effects.
Let's go inside. I see you. The morning after. Now let's go and let's climb the marvelous mantle. So now let's go.
Now separated.
Let's go inside. I see you. The morning after. Now let's go and let's.
Yeah, it's going to be better, man. It's more, I don't know how to I can just hear it. So anyway, I'm happy about this. I hope you are too. All right, so now we're going to go don't save. Now what we have to do is go back to the last version before. Here's mix 3 for export. No, that's, no, wait, no. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so here's edit JL. I think this is the last one. Edit JL. Right? So let's try this. We're gonna make this green so we know that this is what we're opening. Yeah, see, here's like 4 export. I exported out of that and built the template last night. So now we'll come into here and we're gonna delete everybody. We're going from Scratchola. And this now has all the drum and bass and all the guitar effects. You see it? All you're following me, right? All the BGV. So this should be spot on, right? So now what we're doing is we are opening the song with all the tracks, and now what we're going to do is we're going to call this new mix prep, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to, remember, we're going to just delete all this. Delete the click, delete the master. And that is everything. So now if I come to the kick, I highlight, and I go all the way down to the last BGV. This is all dead. And we're just going to delete this. Because what we're going to do is once we got this song rocking, we're then going to set up for an export for like the new the template for the other 11 songs or 10 songs. So let's do this too. Let's just delete all groups. Let's just get this really quick, nice and styling and profiling. Command Shift U, Command Shift B. Save where we're at. What we want to do now is also go to Playback Engines. Yeah, we're at 2000. And I'm just going to double check my IO just because he knows why. Because, man, just... but I think that I think we're on the right footing now with this IO. See that output? Drum and bass. There it is. That'll tell you you're good to go. All right, so now we're going to do real quick is Group Z. So here's drums. I don't know what to do with this follow globals, man. This is a pain in the butt. This used to be like it sometimes works and doesn't work, and I don't know why. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Now we go to bass. Do the same thing. There it is. Now it's staying. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Now, this is guitar. This is, I guess, my main guitar. So remember, we're kind of familiarizing ourselves with this. This is like probably more of our funky guitar. Right Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to call this just G6. And you know what I'm going to do too? I don't want that color, so I can kind of see some separation, even though bass is on one side of the center section. But, you know, it's still, I don't want it to be confusing. So, oh, I think I just did this and didn't check. Man, gotta pay attention here. Okay. So, there it is. Yep. It's working. Okay. Now I've got guitar here. We'll go, you know what we're going to do? Cancel. Let's delete this. So I'm kind of making some little basic decisions right now, and I think Mesa's with this. I think this is all one thing. Yeah, Mesa's up the middle. We're going to move this here, and we're going to group this and call this G1. Do you see what I just did? Kind of trying to keep it like sequential, right? And there you go. Boom, done. This is going to be called G6, which is kind of G2, but it's G6. Don't ask. I don't know why. Solo, we definitely need to have another color there. No, we don't want green because there's a green right there. It's always like a challenge trying to find another color. Okay. And technically, this Mesa is going to be now this color because... Which that's purple. We don't even want purple. We want that. Okay. And then this now will be... yeah, no, we don't want red. So I have really, my vision is funky, so I have to be careful. We'll go back to solo here. So now we've got guitar 6. We've got solo. And now we've got vocals. So let's look at these vocals. So we've got... one, okay. So we've got verse vocal, chorus vocal, bridge vocal. So that'll be V1, 2, and 3 right there. And then backgrounds are just stereo. So this is very simple. And this is not, normally these are not that simple because the artist known as Scooter Page, he comes from like a kind of a R&B background. So he, yep, I just always do that to make sure. We want to come up here and we want to go to activating heat. Go 1. That. Okay. Now, let's look at... What is that? That's bus 8? Oh yeah, that's what's bussing. Oh right, I'm not bussing this. I'm only bussing the DI over to these sim amp tracks. Okay. All right. And now we should have some sound, right? Yeah. Okay. And what we were thinking about doing, remember, we could solo safe the whole thing, right? Oh, you gotta highlight it all. Because remember, tracks are solo safed in this. It's like more like an SSL. Now, I'm wondering if we should just take a few minutes and just gain stage it here, and then it's ready. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm not really worried. Like I'm kind of having to lighten up a little bit on this gain staging thing because I have. Oh, now I can't solo. It's okay. Because I don't know. I just was getting a little bit too much. Yeah, like this. Oh, these are groups, so we could just we can just come here and go. Yeah, just use your eye. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Even take snare down a hair, maybe. Oh no, that's kick. Snare. Just down a hair. Yeah, this guy on this dude that was doing the course. Yeah, he didn't seem like, he's like, yeah, I do a little bit sometimes, but it doesn't really matter. Like, oh, okay. We'll go to, I think we do it on 2. Blue Cat, gain. Yeah, put it down like 10, because that looks like it's probably right around there, and you got to enlarge this. Can't be narrow. And now we can come to this. We're going to the loudest part, and make sure we're in pre-fader metering, which we are. And then
Inside, I see you. The morning after, let's go and let's ride. The marvelous matters, I said, now let's go. Inside, I see you. The morning after, let's go and let's ride. The marvelous matters, I said, now let's go. Inside, I see you. The morning after, let's go.
yeah, that's good. And then we come here, and we look. Let's move this here.
Inside, I see you. The morning after, let's go and let's ride. The marvelous matters, I said, now let's go.
Yeah, and we'll just go across, because these are all the same volume, pretty much, I think. Yeah, close enough for rock and roll. I'll even do that mesa.
Inside, I see you.
Yeah. When I got turned on to this, I kind of got crazy and got so obsessed about it. But now I'm just like, all right, take a few minutes and just do this, because it does help. Because you start getting everything so loud, and I just like it loud. Now this is definitely, the DI, yeah. Yeah, so we'll come here, turn this just down like maybe, I don't know. -5, -5. The DI is not being used. We'll just make it inactive right now. Save. Let me go to Voc.
Let's go and let's ride.
Yeah, so let's go here.
Let's go and let's ride. Let's go and let's ride. Let's go and let's ride.
Like that. And then I don't think these verses are as loud. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine. You know what we'll just run this down the line, because it's all the same mic, you know, and I'll look if there's anything overtly that doesn't, yeah, like these two look like super low. These are recorded pretty low. We'll just put it like -4. That's it. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to delete this DI track, because I just for keeping this simple. If we need to pull it in for, there's no chance, but if we had to, we could just pull it from the session icon before it. But this is it. So now if you highlight here and you go there, that's it. It's every track. Nothing's missing and nothing is, what would you say? Like we don't, there's nothing missing. There's nothing extra. That's it. look, and that's it. That's good enough, and that's it. So, what did it take us to kind of set this up? 10 minutes, go through it, clean it up, and honestly, now that we're doing this, and I'm kind of where I'm at, I would say that we'll start doing this while we're tracking. Like everybody takes 5-minute break. I'll just go in there and just start gain staging everything, just putting everything, anywhere's between -16, -15, and -18. It doesn't have to be exact because you could still move the faders. The thought process on that is that the faders supposedly it sounds better if the faders are more either in the middle going towards unity gain because it's getting the full resolution. So if the audio is super loud, now you're mixing like that. And that supposedly is not as cool. And when my buddy Harold LaRue turned me on to a lot of this, and when I did my first mix, it was like, oh wow, you could feel things breathing more. So what we're gonna do now is save. And what's the first thing we do before we import the template?
We're doing a save as.
Yeah, we do a save as. It tracks your work, also in case you do something, blow something up, but also. And we're going to call this mix 1 new, okay? This is the new thing, right? Right, we're on the song. And there it is. So now, it is saved. Always save before you do anything like this. Once in a while, the Pro Tools will crash, pulling all this stuff in, or opening and closing Omnisphere or native instruments. So anyway, you're saved. So you want a 1-minute break before you start this?
I think I can go now.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. It's 11:18. We're taking bets. How long do you think he can get this thing up and running?
And we're pulling straight from your template folder, right?
Yeah, just go to the template.
Yeah.
Click on it.
Yep.
You just double click on and just everything. Apple A. Pull the whole thing in. Yeah.
All right, cool. And then we do.
Yeah. No, there's no audio. Yeah. There's no playlists. But yeah, there you go. There it is. And this is an easy song because there's just not a whole lot to it, and we tracked. It's we were going through our Jack White, keep it simple. 3 or 4 set parts and just simple, nothing. No, the record before this was Layer Central. Save where you're at, and you're ready to rock. All right, I'm gonna sit back here. You guys are watching them. Say hello to everybody.
Oh, howdy.
Yeah, kind of talk about what you're doing. You get confused. Right, Chucky? What are you doing, you big stinky? Nobody even likes you anymore. Oh. I don't think he's going to talk to you guys, so.
I probably
it's
won't.
It's a silent movie. All right.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay. All right.
Kudo's got food poisoning again. He should not eat. His body does not seem to like fast food.
What did he eat?
He eats some like Jack in the Box fajita thing. I don't know, man.
I had one of my friends at Ocean Way. He was like they had their lunch break or whatever, and he got like the hottest Thai food they had. I was like, why did you do that? He's like, normally I can handle it. I'm like, oh, whatever, man.
Yeah. So you're 3 minutes in. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
You're moving good?
Yeah.
And remember, keep those effects after the parallels.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of your drum crush and grit, that's where you want the drum effects. Guitar would come after music, crush and grit, and then your BGVs would have it after them. And then the only thing that's a little out of place is the vocals are on the far end. Just
Right.
because I don't want all of that between the vocal and the BGV. I want that all together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and then there's no percussion on this, so we don't need that. Alright. We can pull all of that. Go. I wonder why before it was having an issue like where it wouldn't import the master, because it had no issue this time.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I don't know. I mean, we're learning. I don't know what it was. That happened on more than one occasion. Okay.
Alright. Bass, that's all good.
Got this song stuck in my head. Living a dream. You know?
And comments. Heat is on. Alright. Cool. So there's all that. Let's bring in our guitar stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's G1. And that is G2. There's no guitar 3. You know, I wish there was a preset where you could just like snap a track to the very bottom instead of having to drag it.
I don't know. Yeah, you gotta be careful of moving stuff around. You can do the dork move.
Yeah.
Blow it up. Alright, you're 7 minutes in. It's already starting to look like something's happening over there.
Oh yeah.
So I would say probably the whole setup, we're at about 15 minutes with prepping that session. But again, that was a small session. A bigger session obviously takes a little bit more time. But you know what? I'm not stressing it like I used to. I don't know, man. Like I just want this stuff to be. I just want to get better and be the best I can be. And whatever it takes at this point, I do not care.
let's bring in all of our vocal stuff. All right.
This guy's selling a 2-tech CL1B for $5,300. Oh my God, are you insane? $5,300. I mean, I guess they're not, they're probably all back order, but still, ugh. Can you imagine spending all that money on that? That's
Not for that.
decent. It's a good unit. It's nice for tracking, but give me a break, man.
I mean, isn't that like the big pop thing is
it's big here too with country. It's funny. It's one of those units that actually sounds, to me, it sounds the way it looks. Kind of like we were talking about the Neve and the Telefunken Pries. Mm-hmm. It's blue. It sounds like it has that thing about it.
It sounds blue.
It sounds blue.
All right, there's all of our Music Crush and Grit. And you said you wanted to keep the guitar effects after our Music Crush and Grit.
Yep. And that'll be for all, like right now there's not a lot. Oh, and make sure you don't delete any of the masters that don't pertain to this song or the subs.
Oh, I haven't.
Go up. Are you keeping them in their place?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just make them inactive, but leave them there so they're ready to be imported into the next.
Yeah, I was just throwing them to the bottom.
Yeah, no, that's what I do.
You don't want that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. What we'll do is when we make this, the export template, we'll pull them into their place. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then pull them in, and then for each song after that, we can just then delete them if we're not using them, or make them, hide and make inactive.
Yeah.
So are you good? You got everything out where it needs to be?
I'm not finished yet. I'm getting the vocals set up right now.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm rushing you. You see that? See how I'm doing that? See how I'm doing it? I'm rushing them. What do you think, Bo? Oh, God. Dude, I worked till almost 4 o'clock this morning. That's crazy.
It was funny, whenever you texted me, I was like, oh, I might be able to sleep in a little.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Alright. We got all our BGVs. There's our sub crush room. I'll just make these inactive.
Tell the people in YouTube what you're doing.
Oh, I'm just setting the routing for all of the vocal tracks. I like to use the search function just because that's faster to me, rather than looking for it in the groups of buses.
Nice.
Alright, that's all good. That's all good.
So you're 12 minutes in. Mm.
Alright. That's all going to that. Alright, let's give this a once over and make sure everything looks all good. Alright, we should be done. Just double check and make sure I didn't miss anything.
Make sure the vocal is down.
Yep.
Drop the cursor on the second verse. Make sure you're in I mode on your two, mix return tracks and print, and hit play and see what happens. Watch the volume though.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be way too loud.
said just drop it on verse 2.
Me come and watch it go. I live the high, spell the low. Came to play, stay to leave. I shattered glass, living a dream. It's the holy water imprints. Let's go inside. I see you. The morning after. Now let's go and let's climb the marvelous matter. So now let's.
Let me get in there. Let's see what's happening.
What was that, about like 13 minutes or
Yeah,
something?
13 minutes. Let's see what's going on here.
I think that was relatively quick.
Yeah, great. Right, and bass is coming out. Drums and bass. This is great. Guitar 1, guitar 2. Yeah, so you see how you do this always with this. So then you have one fader for sometimes if you have a set of guitars left, a set of guitars right, you can have like a propensity to want to put like a sub on one and a sub on the other, but you want them to all sub together, widen them, and then you have one fader. Right, so you go like that. And here. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at that. Solo looks good. This is all coming out music. Right, the effects are coming out. The effects, vocals. Yeah. And no. Remember, we want to keep this is the only thing that's a little bit out of arrangement. We want the main effects all the way at the end.
Oh, you still want them at the end? Okay.
And why is it? I said it a few times. Think about it. Why did I say that?
Oh, just in case you wanted to use something else with the
No.
with those.
No, because I like to have all my vocals together.
Oh,
like I don't want like to have my lead vocals and then their section and then a whole bunch of effects. Then
your
the BG.
BGBs.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So I know like this is basically this is my primary vocal here, right, with all the parallels, and then these are all of now. So this whole thing, that's my vocal tracks. And one thing I want to do too here is I want to change the color of this. I don't like, that's too close for my taste. You know, so now these are your backgrounds. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then these are the background effects. And then these ultimately are the lead vocal effects, which also can be boosted around into anything. You can put anything into them you want, right? Did you move the VCAs?
No.
Why did they come in like that? See, this is...
Oh, you mean the faders? On
Yeah,
these?
you must
Yes.
have.
Yeah, I
Oh,
moved the
okay.
faders, yeah.
All right, cool.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
were.
So now if you come here, we're just going to fire this up for a minute, and then we're done. We got to do some drum editing, and I think I'm going to lay down. But the key is I can't. If I sleep for 3 hours, I'm going to be doomed tonight. I'll be up all night. So you just got to, because I can't flip. I have to stay, I can't flip.
Down.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, so let's do this. We're going to come here to this second verse. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you if you did. Okay. Okay. So what you want to do is click on the drum there. Make sure it's ungrouped. I've done that one a few thousand times. Take that kick in. Put it on kick trigger. The other thing, too, I want to always be have everything medium.
Okay.
just all the same. And then you can kind of switch things around as you go if you hear something. Yeah. Why is snare trigger muted? That's strange. Oh yeah, I always ungroup this drum VCA for this reason. Okay. So let's see. Living a dream. We'll just go. So now what you want to do is, like, let's say you're going to build it kind of old school, get the kick in a fairly decent spot and then build out a little bit. You need it to be pretty low, and I'll tell you why. And you know why. Why does this need to be low volume?
Compression.
Right, because we're going to bring in all these parallels, and it's just going to get crazy quick. Isn't that weird too?
What's going on?
A6 didn't come over. What? Where? The punch 10. I'm not even seeing it now. This could be a screwy thing, and I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. This has been odd at times, and I can't. Oh, I'm on 5. There we go. 6. There we go. Now I don't know why that didn't come over. That should be in the template, and there shouldn't even be. I don't even know if there was a fab filter. Well, whatever. All right, here we go. you keep it subtle. It gives it a little, well, or if you don't want it, like if you want that sound, then you can turn it up. We don't really do that kind of music, so probably more a little bit like here. And that's just putting a little bit of reverb on the sample itself. Here's the actual drum. Put a little 224. This is the actual snare drum. Here, we're just gonna mix for a few minutes, guys, because I'm exhausted, but I do want to just see how this goes. No, let's see. And you can't look visually on a lot of this stuff because why is that?
Why is?
Because it's hybrid, it's not going to come in at the time that it looks like it's coming in. See? Isn't that weird? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just leave that in. We'll see.
Those are really resonant tones, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, and there's no EQ yet. That's exactly what you got going on. So you can clean a little bit of that up too. You kind of want to see, you kind of play it by ear because you don't want them coming out too fast because you can kind of sometimes feel that. Maybe like that. I don't know. It kind of depends. You gotta just see what's gonna work. Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't, just however this works, it's fastest for you. This is how I like to do it. I watched that dude in that video. He does exactly the same as this. He just kind of cuts through it and Yeah, I was surprised at how he does it literally exactly the same way. Living the dream. And again, you just got to be careful that you don't want them coming out too fast, because you can feel it kind of go. All right. This is about to sound a lot better. And then once you start working on it, then you can fine tune it. I mean, some people they only do mutes. I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like working with a lot of stuff muted. This guy, he's the same way. He cuts out all the mutes, and he's like, you know what? If I realize I want something, I'll just pull it back in from the older version. But I just can't. I don't like having a lot of dead tracks. You know, a lot of stuff that's like just made inactive. And he says, I don't like mutes. I was like, that's crazy, because that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, I mean, there's no EQ. I mean, this you'd automatically probably just. Just for something to start with. Here we go. Well, we're going to fire it up right now, and you'll know if you hear it. You know what the good news is?
What's that?
Two good news is: one, you did a good job setting this up, and two, this is going to work. Crush now and no mammoth. All right, so we need to write this down.
What happened with the mammoth?
When I redid the I/O, that it came off of here. I didn't realize it till now. So what I need is bass needs. I'll know what this means. Crush and mammoth. So now what we do is we come here and we'll go bass crush. Just turn it all the way up. Yeah, and then mammoth, and See, I don't know how to do that thing you do. I used to search it. But that's the beautiful thing. Like, once you do it kind of once, yeah, I don't know where it is. Where's Mammoth? Ah, there it is, Mammoth. We'll just turn them all the way up. This is going to be cool, dude. It's going to be much cleaner. I can already tell. It's crazy. Oh yeah, this is way better. Like, just the separation. And we haven't even gotten down to... So now if we come here, let's say we want, on our primary funk guitar, we want modulation. You hear how it just goes like... Because it's got its own thing. They're not all jammed on one thing. Thing I noticed, like, on all these crushes, I'm using less now because there's like more separation or something. It just sounds different. It's cleaner. It sounds like that. That was a song. It was like in the early 80s. It was by Blue Oyster Cult. And that's what it sounded like. Oh my God. We're not even on the main effects yet. All right, here we go. He's looking at his watch. All right, so yeah, there you go. Right now, you just go like this. We'll see what happens. Could be scary. Let's just start with this second verse.
I seen it come and watched it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream. It's the holy water. I seen it come and watched it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream. Stay to leave. Stay to leave. Stay to leave. Come and watch it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream.
See, it's cool now. Now all these effects are not like just drowning with drums and stuff. It's cool, man.
Come and watch it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream. Come and watch it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream. Come and watch it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream. Come and watch it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, come and watch it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stay to leave. Shattered glass, living a dream. It's the holy water imprints. Let's go inside. I see you. The morning after. Now let's go and let's climb the marvelous matter. I said now let's go inside. Take away all makeshift mischief. Let's go. See the heights in the skies. Hear the ways that you lie to me. Hidden fears, I see them clear. See the cries with no tears. It's the makeshift mischief. Let's go inside. I see you the morning after. Let's go and let's watch the marvelous matches. I said, now let's go.
That's incredible, man. Everything just, it's weird. It's almost like I'm turning things down. It's strange. Like there's so much more definite. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it.
Sounds transparent.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, but I mean, not in like a whack way. In a cool way, right? I guess. That's amazing. And there it is. So, I mean, that took us about an hour to clean up the other session, prep everything, pull in the template, and remember for the first time, and he did it, and then get a little something going on here. Oh yeah, good. You named it. Look at that. Yeah. Wow.
See the heights in the sky. See the heights in the skies. Hear the ways that you lie to me. Hidden fears, I see them clear. See the cries with no tears. It's the makeshift mischief. Let's go inside. I see you the morning after. Let's go and let's watch the marvelous matches. I said, now let's go inside. Take away all the chatter. Let's go and let's climb. I see you the morning after. Inside, I see you the morning after. Let's go and let's watch the marvelous matches. I said, now let's go inside. Take away all the chatter. Let's go and let's climb. I see you the morning after. See me come and watch it go. I live the high, spell the low. See me come and watch it.
I'm stoked.
Dude, those drums sound.
I'm so stoked. Yeah, everything. You can hear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny, it because of the clarity, things are like feel brighter. So I'm actually able to kind of, instead of like adding top, I'm just kind of either leaving it more neutral or even shaving a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if it'd be faster for like when you're mixing an entire record just to bring in the template from scratch rather than bringing in the template from like another song.
Well, no, no, because the other song, like it's the same vocal mic on there. It's the same everything. Like we've fixed all the problems. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, but what you do is you can make a template out of this.
Right.
Like once we're done with this and it's beautiful, we can then get rid of all the audio, get rid of all the automation, but leave the levels. And then what we do is we're just laying our kick drum right over this, our snare, so that basically drums, bass, and vocals lay right in there. Mm-hmm. Then it's just a matter of finessing, because all the guitars are different because there's different tunings and everything and different sounds. But yeah, no, this is going to be great though.
Right. I just remember we ran into the issue of like when we imported.
Well, yeah, there was something not happening, because normally that's quick, but you were doing it, so that's why I was like, when you got done, I was like, I don't understand why this took so long, because normally this is quick and it's really effective. So there must have been some sort of a thing with the system, or I don't know. sometimes like this, it's just too hard to get anything going on here. So I'll just say forget that. And see, I don't know if I can open up a distressor on this without drama. I saved as though, in case we blow something up. You know, if anything goes wrong, it's his fault. Hey, it opened. Let's see where we're at. 86. We're live. You know what the moral of this story is? Do your best to play good scratch tracks, because half the time they end up on the record. With me anyway, I keep so much. It's like, oh, that's what I wanted. All right, what am I doing? Oh, let's try. And this is it. Oh, I wouldn't normally throw this right on there, but let's just throw a little meta flange on there, just for now. Too jiggy even for me. Classic phaser. Alright, one more and I'm done. Let's try a slow road. You know, I've had a lot of good ideas in my life that probably not at the top of the list of good ideas. We'll just temporarily admit defeat. But we've got our G mod, our guitar mod. I love that. That is this thing. Air chorus. I think this thing sounds great. Save. Shutting up. I wonder what system usage looks like. There's room.
Depends when you press play, though.
Huh?
Because it might go up.
As far as we want to go. But we can take things off and yeah.
Let's go inside. I'll take you the morning after. Now let's grow, let's ride. Marvelous matters. I said, now let's go inside. Take away all the chatter. Now let's go, let's climb. I'll take you the morning after. Morning after.
So we, yeah. Yeah, see, these are at least dance. Yeah, I mean, that's it. And we're also at 88 too, but we're fine. You can always clean these things up as you go. All right.
Seen it come and watched it go. I lived the high, felt the low. Came to play, stayed to leave. A shattered glass, living a dream. It's the holy water imprint. Let's go inside. I'll take you the morning after. Now let's go and let's climb the marvelous matter. I said, now let's go inside. Take away all the chatter. Now let's go and let's climb. I'll take you the morning after. Nightmare reenactments. Reliving interactions. Losing out on my traction. I'm filled up with play.
Oh man, the crescendo! It's dying right here.
Let's go inside. I'll take you the morning after. Now let's
All right. Only a handful of people in my entire life have ever heard me play and go, "Did you study with Paul Gilbert?" Like, people don't, unless, because I'm not doing like sweeping, but like you can hear some of that stuff. That's like Paul's stuff, but like intertwined. Like, I grew up in Florida playing like, Billy Gibbons and Allman Brothers and Skynyrd and, more Santana and, a lot of Pink Floyd. Like, that was really my hero. And so I had this kind of like bluesy, funky, country, backwoods kind of playing. And then I went out and studied with him in Hollywood. And, he was all over the Yngwie thing and the shred and the Eddie. And it took me a long time to like, it was almost like when I started studying with him, my playing got worse. And then little by little, I was able to kind of incorporate it because I never really became, like, coming from Florida, I always felt like a little bit of an outsider in Hollywood because so many of those guys grew up on like Eddie and, Warren DeMartini and George Lynch, and they had that very LA sound, and I never quite had it, kind of. And then finally I just conceded, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not destined to have that sound. I have my sound. And then once I kind of lightened up, then I incorporated it, and it came out pretty cool. Yeah. And then again, this is a scratch guitar. This is probably one take solo. Oh man, it's killing me. Yeah, G3. Look at that. And it's got CM. It's probably it was probably Amplitube, and I just committed it. I was committed to Amplitubing. Oh, this is a long video, man. I wonder how long it is.
36 minutes.
Is that 100? It's an hour and 36 minutes? This is an hour and a half long video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But this is the whole deal, man. I think this is going to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
We have a couple of fixes on the template. Like 2 minutes. Whoa. Okay. So you're going to tell them to like and subscribe?
Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe.
What are we going to name this video? The new improved
Mixing
big
Madness.
template for the 50th time. It's a journey, though, man. I mean, some people just, I don't know, they just get it right out of the gate. Me, it's been a journey. Peace.